Welcome back everybody to the Martian in Stationeers. We're still at Mars trying to survive and things are going well. We're already 2 months in, so day 47. The other way around, 74. And yeah, we have a steady supply of oxygen, of power, and we have a chicken called Bob. Let's say hello to Bob, as is tradition. Bob the third. So its previous two Bobs died, but this one is going steady. He still has stacks of food, so Bob is doing fine. We have some plants running, and we are slowly, very slowly, aiming to apply some selective breeding and work towards a new line of plants that can grow well on these Martian conditions. So these have these fancy names here, the T6 Celsius Passage 1, very nice. So while these are growing, do they actually... they don't like this atmosphere. They probably need a bit more pressure. I'm not sure if they're in the dark right here, so that's also something to keep an eye out for. Can we still connect this up? Probably could. Well, let's see if they grow, and we'll move them to this area, which is a bit better. Can I fix the atmosphere thing? Weed. Seeds. So they probably want like 50, right? Yeah, 50 kilopascal for ideal growth. Which we are just not reaching. Is it due to the temperature? No, it's not. It's due to us messing around, probably. I do remember we were messing around with the oxygen script. I don't remember what the outcome was. Maybe it's still open? No, this is grow light. Temperature. But in the end, I think we... Ah yeah, we put that sensor over there. Not sure why it's decreasing still. That's a little bit strange. Can I quickly play around with this? Alright, so now we're at 94. Meanwhile, we go and check out what the settings are downstairs. I was going to say, but I realized I should bring my laptop in order to do so. So let's go back inside. Yeah, this is a bit fiddly. But anyway, it allows me to explain what we are going to do today. Oh look, the pressure went up a little bit. So the plan for today is to focus on the next stage. So this is all going, it's going well, this is about survival, but now we want to do something more. And that bit is that we want to look into how to make Mars actually a nice place to live in. So make it habitable. See if we can do that. I'm not sure if we can, but that's the exciting part, that we'll find out. Now, the way we are going to do that is by using the atmospherics mod, which is not called like that. Actually, it's called well, I'll come back to the name of the mod, but there's actually a mod that allows you to raise the temperature and stuff like that. So we will have a look at that over time, see if we can actually do that. I did test the mod like a few updates ago. So when you release more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, like for instance CO2, then you see that the temperature is slowly rising. And that's what we want. That's what happens in real life as well. It forms a blanket which will capture heat. And that's the easy way of explaining more or less what it does. Heating up the planet. And that's what we want with Mars, because it is quite cold. Now let's see, this is aiming for 58 pressure, right, that's good. So that's quite high, but we like that. and we are using the gas sensor to measure the temperature, which is located in our base, and that's also nice. So that was actually the final check that I wanted to do, because I know we messed around with that. I just wasn't entirely sure if that's where we left. So the alternative is to measure the pressure inside this pipe, but it's a little bit far away from the base, so it's better to measure it directly inside the base. So that's what we're doing right there. So that's going well. Right, so yeah, back to the CO2 plot. We are going to burn a lot of CO2 in the atmosphere and see if we can increase the temperature a little bit. Should be doable, but like I said, we'll find out soon enough if the current build of the game still allows us to do that. I will put the name of the mod in the description, since I apparently forgot the name of it. But yeah, that will be later on. So pressure is going up. Plants should be happy now. Nope, it doesn't. So that actually means that it's complaining about a lack of CO2. Well, let's pump up the pressure a little bit more, because it might also be that's the delay factor that we talked about previously, and that this room is different from the other. No, it's CO2, because I just released a bit, and then I think it's that. So let's add some more pressure to it and export this freshly laid egg from Bob. Thank you very much. Did I just squeeze you? Nope. I'm always afraid that when I close the door, then I will lose my chicken. So we have some improvised way of adding CO2 to our system. It's one of the few things that we didn't automate because we don't need it that often. Apart from the last few streams, apparently. So it's this bit. It's a filter. It just takes the pollutant out. And what we're left with is almost pure CO2, because the Martian atmosphere is already quite dense with it. It's 95% CO2, and we will just increase that a little bit. Maybe we want a little bit less temperature. So yeah, we just want to increase the pressure, and we do that by CO2. That's what we will do with the atmosphere. And with this bottle, we'll just steal a little bit of those CO2 and pump it in our base, so that our plants will become a bit happier. Because plants need CO2, and they respire O2, and that's why we are alive today. So you will get your eggs back. Improvised fridge. This is the improvised region. Right, so this will take a while to complete. I hope we won't forget it, because it will just blow up. So what we'll do, I think, is we'll gather some things that we for sure need for a new operation. So we can start downstairs by stealing some things. So there is an extra arc furnace here, which was an accident, but now all of a sudden it will come in handy. We can take a crate. They're also nice. And we can even mount a plate later on, the crate. What's that? Airlock? Nope. Small flags. Maybe we want some small flags. Not really sure if we need that. Well, let's just take 2. I never really use those, but let's try to decorate this planet a little bit. Right, I'll put some music on as well, so that we have a little bit of vibe going on. So we can already unpack our crate. There we go. Drag it a little bit. This is our moving crate. We will ditch some shit in here. How are you doing? Ooh, almost reaching 2 megapascals. And the temperature is... what? It's getting cold again, so we'll crank up the temperature a little bit, pressure will go up a bit, and then we'll just use that as it is. So let's see, we will aim for, I think like 33 degrees is fine. This is a bit slow. I'm sorry for that bit. But we can think meanwhile all the things that we want to have at our new location. So it would be great if we can print some resources there, if we can generate power, store power, and get some cables, steel frames and steel plates. So I think those are the first things that we need in order for our little side project. Let's switch this off already, because pressure is reaching the value which I'm not sure of if we can actually handle that. Mainly due to the temperature rise. So this will be a nice bit of CO2 for plants, as they're doing a great job at depleting all the CO2. Alright, that's it. Now we'll steal it. So we briefly go inside our base, feed the plants, so to say, and then continue with our fun stuff. So I'm curious then, what is the amount of CO2 that we need? Because we're apparently at the threshold where plants are just complaining or just not. Let's check it out. So there are currently complainers. And that is because we have less than 0.5 moles CO2. So if we release this, they should be happy again. And they are. And now we're well above... well, let's wait a moment for the base to get equalized in pressure. Yeah, so it's above 3.8. So it seems like we were indeed getting quite low. I completely agree. So they're doing a great job then at depleting all of that. So now we'll leave some spots open for the plants, because we will move our plants. Let's actually prioritize a little bit. So we'll clear this one, and we'll plant this there. So this will be all food, and we'll focus on these as our breeding project for our superior wheat line. Is this edible? No, it's not yet. Alright, so I'm not sure what we will eat then. Little detail. Do we still have food for ourselves, or did we... yeah, we have still one potato. Which doesn't really cut it, but well. It seems like we also needed to grow a few more potatoes. Alright. We will just store the wheat. Air conditioner, a bunch of eggs. Yeah, we don't need all of that. Where are we going? This is also not working anymore. Strange. Not sure what it is. Will I bother to check it out? No. I can't be bothered. I want to continue, and we'll find out later on.
Low pressure. Pressure critical. Oxygen
All right.
critical. Temperature critical.
So let's return this bottle. So we still have our emergency oxygen over there, so that's our plan B. In case the base doesn't take care of itself. Well, basically of us. At some point this should kick in and do things, but apparently it's not the case. There's zero pressure. Sounds fantastic. Well, I think it's because it needs to reach like 58 pressure. It currently doesn't, so that's why things are going wrong. That actually does make sense. So well, if we really need oxygen, then we'll find out later. So things that we need. We want to pack the arc furnace. That's there. Bunch of cables. Don't think we need many of these. So for now we won't print extra. And we want some steel plates. Which are... there are not a lot of them. We could also go for iron. I don't really care, but iron is more expensive. I don't know, we'll find out in a bit. First things first is that we want to do some deep mining, so let's focus on the deep miner itself first, because that one is pretty expensive. So it's this thing. So it's shaped from a deep miner kit, and it requires a bunch of steel, cable coil. Is it like the cheap one? Yeah, it is. And electronic parts. Right, that's new for me. So 4 of those, some steel sheets and cable coil. So we should remember that. Let's first focus on this bit where we need a bunch of steel, electrum, invar and constantin. I don't think we have invar. So let's check which device makes this actually. Autolave tier 2. Do we have tier 2? No. So which one makes... so here you see like the complex little technology tree. Printer mod is from the electronics printer, right. So that's the first bit that we want to do apparently. Printer mod needs more steel. Alright, so apparently we have all the other things required. So we have a bunch of steel, so let's just ditch that in. Don't ask any questions. And let's print that. So that's the first bit. Then we need a bunch of steel, 5 electrum, invar and constantin. So these are all of our very shiny ores. We don't have any invar here. And if I remember correctly, there's none in our machines. This one has a bunch of steel though, which we might need in a bit. No. No, we don't have invar, so let's focus on that. There's also a bunch of steel in there, so that's nice. This is very slow, so we will make some invar. How do we do that? Iron and nickel. That's nickel. No iron. Let's see if we can find some iron. It's actually some oxides that we need. Let's also get those. Especially if our oxygen is running out, then this might come in handy. Making a bit of a mess next to our base, but well, nobody will notice. I'm distracted. I cannot stop myself. Yeah, let's continue looking for iron. Should be easy to find, but apparently it's not. So the moment we come back, there should be some printer mod upgrade laying there. This is iron. No, that's gold. I need some kind of telescope. Binocular. This is nice. Like the highest point. Makes it a little bit easier to navigate. This should be iron then. Here are ours. Mine. I don't know. I love this song. It's a great sing-along. Where you just shout dun 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 dun. This is a really nice game. I don't know why I like it so much. It's probably because it's very geeky. Might have something to do with it. But I think it's fantastic. I'm not actually sure if it's officially already in release or it's still in early access or things like that. Feels like it's a finished product. Although I still think that they could balance it a little bit, where they have like an easy mode where you don't focus on the ores but just exploring the game. I think it's a little bit of an oversight that you do a shit ton of mining. And I said this like 10 times already in this series, but I'm using an ore mod, so I get 10 times as much, and still I spend quite some time mining. So you can imagine that if you don't have that, then you don't have a lot of time to learn the game actually. So you're just learning how to mine, which is really something you need to learn about. However, I should also add to that, and that's an important point, that only now I will get into the deep miner. So I guess you could also push towards getting that early on. However, cannot help feeling that there's so many other things you need to do that I'm not sure how realistic that is. So yeah, there you have it. That's my pros and cons about using the mod. Can we already smelt some iron? Probably not, right? But we will ditch it in. Yeah, we will ditch it. Right, you go and do that, and we will get some nickel, I guess. Do we have a stack of 50? Yes, which is way too much. How many do we need for this? Only 10, right? Maybe this time we won't make a stack of 50, just for this one time. On the other hand, this is a very narrow range. Now we will make a stack of 50. So it needs half-half. Let's see, we need 2 volatiles. Oh shit, I should put something in my hands. For every 1 oxide, so crank up the temperature a little bit. You can do it. So pressure is less tricky. It's this temperature that we need. So 1.2 kilokelvin, that's quite a lot. Pressure is already correct, so we will vent off a little bit later on. Right, pressure is rapidly increasing. Let's shut it off maybe before I set myself on fire. So it's already happy to produce some iron, so maybe we should do that. Because why not? At some point we will need it as well. And we can make some more. Alright. Now we focus again on getting the Invar. Alright, get some pressure out of there. And get some... oh, it's actually damaged. I guess that's from setting myself on fire. Alright, and we get the temperature up again. There we go. So let's ditch also the nickel in. And a stack of iron. Reduce the... it's too hot. Should probably point that backwards. That's all of a sudden getting a little bit dangerous. My fantastic design. Clearly there's some design flaw. Alright, let's do the last bit. Yeah, it needs one more volatile, that's clear. Can we make it? So we do need to drop the pressure a little bit, which will drop the temperature, right? So I think we need one more. Alright, there we go. Hey. Too early, I need to wait a little bit. There we go. So this will create Invar. That's what we want. Ah, we did something. Alright, we'll smelt some copper since we have it. Nice. That's it for today. With the smelting, I hope. Maybe not, but I hope it is. So you needed the Invar and this little setup. So we will take a screwdriver, get rid of those, and maybe store the ores. So there is our upgrade. So let's go back to the D miner. So steel, electrum, Invar, and constant. So we can already ditch this in. Maybe close the doors in case there will be some horrible storm. And we probably need your steel. What's the stack size? Right, that's fine.
Hunger caution.
Hunger caution? No. Lack of potato warning. So you can have that back, and we want the big stack. Yeah. Alright, and then we want all the fancy materials that are in here as well. We don't have a stacker, so that's fine. Solder, constantan. I think that's it already, no? Alright. Save the steel as well. Might need a bit more. Let's see, can we already make a deep miner? Or are we forgetting something? It appears we can. Right, where do we print the other bit? The electronic parts. It's probably at the electronics printer, no? Yeah, and it needs iron, copper, and gold. Let's see how much of those we still have. Coffee cup. Electric. So we need a bunch of copper. Luck has it that we have some. I think we can make 3 without running into too much trouble. This is going smooth. That's strange. Must mean something is going wrong that we don't know yet. Now what I would like to make as well is generator. A solid one. So for that we need a bit of iron. Got that as well. This is a very lazy way of creating some energy. So let's take that. What's this for a horrible thing? Right, that will take a while. And then we need some batteries as well. Probably we run into trouble there with having insufficient materials. But let's see. I do wonder what will happen if we hold the crate and there will be a storm. I think that's bad news. So maybe we'll have a think about whether or not we will actually use it.
Power low.
Right, so what do we say? Auto lathe, cable, generator, and a bunch of steel frames and plates. So that's that one. Let's get that one as well. Very nice. It needed some steel parts as well, right? Steel sheets. Right, so you can start making some of those. We have a bunch of steel there, so that's fine. Let's just make 20. You made a generator, very nice. Can we still make a battery? Probably we have insufficient copper. And gold and steel, right, all the things. So we need to mine for copper and make a bit more steel, I guess. Yeah, because we won't, this won't cut it. And for the other lathe, which is made in the other machine, right? How are you doing? I think it is done. We'll create one more, of course, because it is stubborn. Very cool. Got that as well. And how much do you have actually? You have enough copper for just one thing, but I think after we made the other lathe, yeah, there we go. So let's focus on, well, let's get the gold out of this thing for a moment. So we can at least finish some things. Other lathe. And steel frames. So we can already make some steel. I think there was like 3 iron and 1 coal, right? Steel. It's one of the easiest to make, because it has like a large temperature range and pressure for that regard. So 3 iron to 1 carbon. So that's correct. So we still need copper and gold, but I prefer to go mining in the morning. It's nice that we have like a lot of temperature in there now. A lot of heat, I should say. Temperature is a strange way of phrasing it. Can you make us some steel? No. temperature dropped. Right, that went fast. We just need a bit more. Always. Let's put a flag in your hand. Start waving it around. Can you do it? I think it can. Cool. We got some steel. Quite a lot of it as well. So not just gold and copper. So that's we can shut you off again. You can have that back. Nice. We might bring some silicon with us as well, because we have stacks of it, and it would be nice to put some glass around that base as well. Yep. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, we will already make some steel frames. I think we don't need like a lot of it. Like 8 or something is more than enough. How many of the walls do we have? Just 1. Well, forget about that then. It's getting daylight again, and we are getting hungry, so we should probably go for snack. 4, 5. That's 7. 1 more while we go and get a snack. Now we have some damage. It's from the sticking our face into the oven. Look at Bob go. Nice work, Bob. We'll take that. You have still quite some food. What is actually the expiration date on that? It still has some somewhere to go. Still 1 hour. It's real time, I think. Right, so the pressure is dropping here. Does that mean that actually something was done? No. Just means that we're losing pressure. That is a little bit strange. Right, well, temperature is also rising. So let's try... Why are you so damaged? We in polluted atmosphere? I think we are. No? I don't know. Why are you dying? What the hell? It just died. Max, oh shit, it's too... No. It can handle that, it can handle 50 degrees. And can handle the pressure as well. What is going on? It's dead. Why though? Too much CO2? Is that the reason? I don't understand what's going on. No, I don't have any clue.
Air tank low.
well, there goes our cultivation project. Yeah, this is a bit strange. Also, our air tank is low, so we should probably work a little bit on these things. So one lazy way of doing that is to ditch a bunch of oxides in here, which will increase the pressure and will in turn cause the oxygen tank here to be filled. I think that's how it works, if our script is still functional.
Hunger critical.
Alright, well, that's working out. Luckily we still have some weed. Alright, so the pressure is now up and now dropping again. So this should be filling, yeah, that's correct. So at least our script is working. So I think we can ditch the rest of it as well.
Power critical.
Let's clear the dead weed. So you are... That's funny actually, because some of them survived, so apparently there's something in the air that these can still tolerate and the rest cannot. So we're applying some kind of selection. It's probably not the one that we want, but that's what we're doing. I think it might have to do with the temperature, but I don't really know why. Yeah, strange. How's Bob doing? Are you also taking damage? Nope. Bob is doing just fine. I might steal some of your weed actually. Because you won't be able to eat that in that amount of time. And all of a sudden we could use some weed for planting. Without being very picky if it will grow or not. Alright. Thriving towards fruiting, so it is now all of a sudden is really happy. Might be the temperature then. No clue. Let's switch you off actually. Alright, well at least we have some oxygen again, so we'll just choose to ignore all the other things that are going wrong and continue with the fun stuff. I think that's the way to do it. We'll find out if there's still a base when we return. What we will do is actually install some of those, because that will help with the temperature regulation. And maybe eat. So we still have some food. Yeah. So we should make some cereal bars at some point. For that we need a food processor, and if I'm correct, food processor we need I thought there was like a processor thingy. Well, let's go for the bar. which is made from just from flour, which you make using what? Reagent processor. Reagent processor, which you make from that's not that difficult actually, we could have made that already. Huh. How about that? Well, that will be our next focus in case we're bored. But we're not. We're on a mission, so let's do that. Should we try another potato? Yeah. It's poorly and thriving. Getting some mixed feelings here. Now let's wait until we're back actually. Let's focus on our nonsense project first. Before we spend our last potato. Yeah. So with this chaos we kind of lost track of time. Which is a shame because now it's not day anymore. I was going to install... Where are those things? The radiators. It's this one. I didn't recognize that shape. First put the egg in the basket and apparently the radiator in the fridge. And install the radiator. So one of the reasons why the cooling could be a bit messed up is because we got more pressure in the base, so that will take more energy to cool. Because there's more gas in the volume. Could be it, or maybe not, who knows. So I think we don't need you anymore. You have, yeah, some gold, some copper, some of everything, but hey, that's not what I wanted to do. Stop doing that. Oh no, I was too late. No. Great. That's one way of keeping myself busy. I just wanted to switch it off, but apparently I misclicked. Right, you go away, and this one as well. That's it, and then just the battery. I should actually store that. And maybe the container mount as well. Shut this. Alright, let's go and look for gold. In the dark. So we can clear our windows a little bit. So we did see some gold over here. Let's see if we can find it in the dark. Scanning mode activated. Ooh, cave! Yeah, we're on some mountain. It wasn't where we were before, so it's not a great sign. Let's go back a little bit. I think we drifted off. That is some cool crater. and cobalt, which we don't have a lot of, but you won't mind now. We're on a tight schedule. At least in our head, we think we are. In practice, it doesn't really matter, but oh well. Exception, object reference not... What the hell was that for an error? Anyway, gold! That's what we came for. This is tricky. I think we just want a stack, and also stack, well, maybe a bit more copper actually. What can we find? Well, maybe 2 stacks of gold, right? Because we are burning through gold. Mainly because of the heavy cables as well. So if we can find it without too much of a fuzz, that might be nice. So I didn't really tell you what the deep miner is supposed to do. Maybe it's also good to discuss. So let's do that right now. What it's supposed to do is that it will go all the way to bedrock. Maybe we should dig that out actually, I don't really know this part, but we'll find out soon enough. To bedrock, and then it will be able to just collect all minerals at a certain slow rate. Do we need more iron? I guess it's too late, we already have it now. So that's what it will do, and then you have to have some fancy setup to retrieve that again, but we'll worry about that later on. We first want to have it up and running and some decent power supply. There's our copper. Majestic copper. But I never played around with that, so it will be a new thing for me as well. So I might need your help at finding out how it works. And we'll make it at some distant site, just so that we have some, well, we make use of all the space on Mars. I think that will be fun. I just hope that we won't need a lot of walking back and forth, but I think that should be fine. Where did all the copper go? Or it's just like surface node? Come on, a little bit more. Our suit is complaining it has low energy, but that's... Oh, it's actually true. Probably doesn't help that we are getting a shower warning either, because that will increase our hunger rate. And all of a sudden, food is something we are desperate for. So yeah, might be something we need to worry about. Nice, we have a bunch of copper now. Let's get this one as well. Hidden nice spot. Oh, there's really a lot here. This is a great little place. Alright, I think I will call it here. Although it is tempting to get enough copper for the rest of our lives. Alright, now we need to go back, which is that direction. Which is strange because... oh yeah, we should have seen the gold, which is over here. So let's see if we can find our base. All of a sudden there's gold, which is strange because we couldn't just find that. It is getting daylight though, so that's our one advantage. And there's some small green light, which is very important apparently. Which device is doing that? Ah, it's the filtering. Yeah, filtration system. I don't know what the official name is, but that thing. Nope. It's the door. Cool. So are you able to smelt things, or are you cooled down again? Nope, it can do it. Smelt some iron as well. Should probably grab things from this bit actually, so that we have space. Oh no, the iron doesn't want to smelt. Lost too much temperature. We'll fix that. Should get some pressure out at some point, but won't. So we have some gold. This is going well. We have all the things we ever need. Until like 10 days later and all of a sudden we are desperate for resources again. Let's smelt... No, I think we'll leave it like that. Well, one more. But how will we transport it all of a sudden? I realized that we cannot. Great. Probably should get rid of some of the pressure. I'm always a little bit worried about the pressure building up, because when there's temperature there will be more pressure and so on and so forth. So yeah, let's keep it at 20 and we know that's fine, because that was what it was on anyway. Right, let's see. You start printing some batteries, and I don't want any complaining. We will bring some iron. I think that would be smart. This door closed. So can you do it? Looks like it. What did it need again to make a battery? We should also keep that in mind, and also for the autoclave actually. It needs steel sheets. We have a bunch, so it should be fine. And the autoclave, that needs plastic, right? Auto lathe, not lathe. 2 iron sheets, which we don't have, and 2 plastic sheets. Right, so we should bring those. Well, guess we will bring 3, maybe. Although no, let's not do that. We'll bring exactly 2. Sure, nothing bad will happen if we do that. Alright, you go printing. I think you can only print 2. Yeah. So good luck. We closed the door, so that's fine. We probably want to charge our battery, and let's see how things inside are. If everything is burning to the ground or we're still doing fine. I see no plans, so I think It's the first bit. Everything is burning to the ground. Why are you... Oh no, there are actually plants. So this is the rendering distance. Oh no, just the poor perspective. So Bob is alive. That's a great sign. Moderately well. Why though? Is this like... This shouldn't be on. I think there's something with the light script going wrong. Don't really know why. So actually, if I switch this on, you should detect that there's light, right? And switch it off. And for some reason it doesn't, so maybe... So you get switched off? So I guess if they never get like a dark period, then they will surely die. Might be it. We might have discovered the problem. Doesn't look like they do anything. Now it works. Well, not sure what went wrong. Maybe there was some desync with the game. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Could be both. At least the temperature is back to normal. I think it should be around 31. Pressure's still fine. This is nicely filling up. So yeah, it looks like things are going well. I think we can shut you up. So we do have this plant analyzer, but it will only tell us the genetics, so not really... Oh, this is a labeler even, that's less useful. Yeah, it won't tell us what the plant needs, so that's for that you need some advanced materials, and we didn't reach that level of crafting yet. So yeah, we will just continue like this and hope things are fine. We have fresh oxygen, right? Yeah. Close our helmet and head out. So how are you doing with printing? I think it's just done. Cool. So I think we're ready then for a big adventure. Now only we need to decide whether or not we dare to travel, risking getting caught out by a storm. I don't really remember the last time there was a storm, so that might be a bad thing. I don't know. We could take like all the precious things and switch it around like that. I guess that makes sense. Something like this, like we have just materials and then some random crap. I would like to take this one as well, I guess. But we still have some hands-free, so let's try that. Alright, so maybe we'll try it like this. Yeah, and we need some flags in our hands, so we can take some more actually. And we will take the generator. Nice. Alright, we'll do that next time after I take a small break. So I'll be back in like 10 minutes. So I hope to see you then.